Okay, everybody. This is a response to CA 915. I would honestly totally agree with what you're saying because, one, the Second Amendment um, basically gives us the right to bear arms in America. And a right is something that cannot be taken away because it's a right. You're bound to it from the day you're born to the rest of your life. Um, and you're completely right because it would be a privilege if it could be taken away. A privilege is something that can be given and taken away. A right is something that cannot be taken away. You can give it up, but it can't be taken away by force. Um, I want to talk about how you're right about how guns do not kill people. People kill people because if you take a gun, it cannot pull the trigger on its own. It requires a living organism or something else to cause it to pull the trigger. Um, and if people were to use those guns or weapons at all for that matter to kill other people, well, that's their fault. That's their choice on their own. You make your choices, and you see the precautions. Now, the precautions from what you do are more of like based on what you do. I mean, they vary, but for the most part, if you kill someone, typically you're going to get 25 to life in prison, and in some states, the death penalty right off the bat. Of course, after a child. But if you think about it, the reason that we have guns in the first place is typically for protection against other people who have those guns. Now, this is what most people say. Well, why not just ban those guns at all? For a couple of reasons. Many people shoot guns for sport, for at targets, and I don't mean human targets. I mean literally paper or cardboard or metal targets as a sport for fun. It's their hobby, and they don't intend to kill anyone. They don't want to, and most people never do. There's just occasionally a few idiots who do, but whether or not, there's going to be people that die in the world. And if you take away guns, there's gonna, I mean, people are gonna find ways to get them illegal either way. That would just cause more problems. Before you know it, like half of freaking America's in jail. I mean, well, maybe not half. I believe it's like 35% of the nation owns at least one type of firearm, whether it be a bow and arrow or whatever, crossbow. Um, the point is people are still going to be killed. You can't stop that unless you, um, you know, got one person to be on everyone's ass and watch over their shoulder, make sure nothing happens to them, make sure they don't do anything. Well, that's unrealistic, obviously. So people are always going to die, and I believe you're right because guns don't kill people. People don't kill people. The person kills the other person, not the gun. He makes the gun do it. He pulls that trigger. He puts those cartridges or those bullets into that chamber or into that clip. Cock the shotgun back, pull the hammer back, and pull that trigger. That's his choice or her choice. And you can make as many choices as you want in this world, but there's going to be some sort of repercussion or consequence, whether it be good or bad. And no matter how you look at it, the world will probably never be perfect. Because what Hitler tried to do was he tried to make the world perfect. And now, I'm not saying I agree with him, but many people have tried to make the world perfect, and all of them failed. They all failed because you can't make everyone perfect. Because, okay, if you were to kill off all the weak people, there's still going to be that one person that's not as weak as the next, or not as strong. So you're going to kill off that weak person. And then the next person up is going to be the weakest person, and you kill him off or her off, and then you come down to maybe like 2 people, and they have to kill each other. So think of it like that. There's always going to be imperfection in the world. Just to anyone who's wondering about my opinion, that's what I would say. People do make mistakes, and guns should not be banned because a lot of people just use them for pure hobby and not to kill people. No matter what, people are going to die. So, thanks for watching this video, CJCA915. I'd like you to at least watch half of this, or the full thing, and kind of consider what I'm saying, but that would be very enjoyed. So thank you for watching too. Please comment, thumbs up, and if you want to, subscribe.